I'm Justin Mott and welcome to my home in Hanoi, Vietnam, and today I'm going to do another tech review. I'm having fun doing these. So for those of you that are new to my channel, all my tech reviews are done from a photographer's perspective. This isn't really just for photographers, but really it's for people that work remotely, people that work in coffee shops, people that work on planes or at airport lounges or in hotels quite a bit. If you're working out there somewhere, you're the people I'm talking to. So my reviews aren't really techy, they're more about practicality, but I like to review stuff that I actually use. I like to say why and how I use this stuff. So today we're going to talk about the ORBITKEY Nest. It's a nice little nest for you to get into. This is a very cool piece of tech equipment, and I'm really digging it so far. What is it? It's a all-around customizable desktop organizer. What does that mean? Well, stay tuned to find out. So we've got here the ORBITKEY desktop organizer. I'll tell you how they word it, and I'll tell you how I use it. So they call this in the description, a home for all your everyday essentials. ORBITKEY Nest is a portable and customizable desktop organizer with an inbuilt wireless charger, helping you declutter and stay organized wherever you are. That's kind of the ORBITKEY philosophy. They're all about decluttering your life. They're all about taking all the things out of your pockets, all the things out of your desk, and making them nice and organized. So if you are a person that wants help decluttering your life, if you want to simplify things and get organized, this is a pretty cool piece of tech for you. I think you'll really dig it. And I'll tell you exactly how I use it before I open it up and show you what's inside. Some people might use this on their desktop every day. Some people might use this in a coffee shop. Some people might use it on your nightstand to get organized. You can actually use it many different ways. That is the beauty of this thing here. It's very customizable and it's very versatile. So before I open it up and get into how I use it, let me just give you some of the specs on this bad boy here. So the top of it's made of leather. The bottom of it is made of this really cool fabric. It has very tactile feel to it, very nice feel to it, very premium feel to it. The design is very nice. This color here is ash. Orbit Nest sells this in two colors, ash and black. I was gonna buy the black, but it was out of stock, but I'm actually very happy that I bought the ash. I kind of like it the way it contrasts and it actually works nicely with my blue laptop sleeve here. ORBITKEY makes really like contemporary design stuff, so it's very slick, very modern, has a very cool look to it. Before I get into anything else, the price, $109. You can buy it from ORBITKEY.com. Let's go through some of the specifications for the size here. As you can see, it's about the size of like a big pencil case. So we have 240 millimeters width or 9.5 inches. For depth, you have 120 millimeters or 4.7 inches. For height, external, you have 41 millimeters, 1.6 inches. So the height on the internal is 28 millimeters or 1.1 inches. That's like without the top here, as you can see. The internal height, just so you can know, it's good to know these things because if you've got objects that you know you want to fit in there, you need to know if it's going to be able to close or not because it doesn't expand. It either closes or it doesn't. So that's kind of it. The material is genuine leather on the surface, which is really nice. It is a polycarbonate shell with nylon poly melange fabric. That's this feeling here. I like the fabric feel. Dacron, elastic, and latex core. Basically, it feels like bungee. That's what opens and closes this thing. Has a little tab here, which is easy to grab, and zinc alloy hardware. So technical aspects here, they've got 10 watts of coil output, USB-C for the power input, comes with a USB-C braided nylon power cable. That is so you can connect the wireless charger. That is a very cool feature on this thing. It does have this little bit here, not the whole thing, but the top here is a wireless charger. Doesn't mean a power brick is built inside here. It does have to be plugged in, important to know. And actually version 2, that would actually be a really cool thing. I think they would sell a bunch more. I don't know what that means for pricing and all that kind of stuff, but if it did have a built-in power brick, that would be awesome. I have another cool idea of what they could do here, but I'm sure they have really cool ideas. I'm sure the second generation of this bad boy will be amazing because it is a cool product. So it's got the USB-C here, so if you do want to do wireless charging of your phone or your ear pods, which is the way I use it, I keep it by my bedside. I use it and put my ear pods on here. It's just another charger. It comes with a USB braided cable here. And the inside I'll get into later because it does come with this little cool organizational feature. So I bought this as like a little pod that comes out of my carry-on bag because I don't always like to keep my carry-on bag by my feet. I don't need all that stuff in there all the time, but if I'm going on a shorter flight, I don't want like a giant bag by my feet with a bunch of stuff that I don't need. So often I'm working on flights, I need my laptop next to me or my iPad for entertainment, and then a couple little accessories that go along with those things, and that's what this is all about. Hygiene accessories and tech accessories, I put them both in here. I don't use this as a tech pouch. I use this as like what I need during the flight. So I take stuff out of my tech pouch, I pack it up for here, for like, this is what I keep for the flight. So you can pack it up however you want, but this is, I pack it so stuff that I need quick access to on the flight. So laptop sleeve comes out of my carry-on bag, little Nest guy comes out of that, they go in here, I carry them together, it's all done with one hand, and then I keep my laptop sleeve either in the pocket in front of me or the Nest in the pocket in front of me, and the laptop sleeve by me on the side, because I always try to get a window seat. So that's kind of how I use it. So I fill this with stuff, essentials that I need during the flight. So open this guy up, really, really cool, right? So it opens up in a very cool way. You can leave it open on your desk if you want. So the inside is where all the beauty happens. They have these little Velcro tabs. So the bottom has this felt here, and you have these Velcro tabs, and you can organize this however you want. So you start to put your items in there, and you put the tabs so they're not jostling around. So I'll start with the top, the inside cover. You've got this little mesh pocket here. You've got all these little tiny pockets here. I use this inside the mesh pocket. I've got a little notebook. I've got a memory card. I just like to keep a memory card in a different location just because like sometimes, man, you lose a memory card. It's just nice to have another memory card somewhere. I don't need the memory card in the flight, but it's just nice to have it there. I've got some Advil here just in case. I've got business cards in case you meet someone on a flight, which you do sometimes, and I always forget to have business cards in my pocket again. All my stuff out of the pocket and into here. That's how I use this thing. I keep some cash in there too, just in case, you know, some of those cheaper flights that aren't giving you stuff for free and you gotta buy a beer or want a drink or a glass of wine or something like that, or buy some food. I've got some cash tucked in here as well. So that's kind of how we use the top. There's a slot here. You could also like stick a little SIM card opener in there, and that's kind of nice to have one of those little pins there. And then the main compartment I use for a mix of like tech stuff and hygiene stuff, because on a flight, that's just kind of what I want. So I've got here, I'll start with hygienic stuff. I've got some breath freshener here, a little spray there. You don't want to be that person on the flight that you're talking to that's like, hey, how you doing? Why are you going to that? And you can spray the other person if you want, but I sweat too, and sometimes like I'm going directly onto a flight after a shoot in the field somewhere, so I just keep a little S-Up cologne here, a little Marrakesh cologne. I've got this other cool stuff, S-Up Ginger Flight Therapy. You're just supposed to rub it on your temples, just kind of wake you up when you arrive at your location. There's some lotion here. I tend to dry out when I'm on long flights. And then I just got a little thing. They make this little cool sanitizer container here, kind of in the S-Up style, but this is done by ORBITKEY. It has like one of these little cords on it that you could hang on your neck, but I'm not into like wearing a bottle of sanitizer. I haven't gotten to that level yet. So little bottle of sanitizer in here, wipe down your little area on the flight, clean your hands, all that kind of stuff. And then into tech stuff, I've got a little Hitachi cable here to attach, charge my phone or charge my iPad if I need to. I keep a small Anchor power brick here. Oh, and then I got my Apple EarPods Pro here, and that's it. So this is like everything I need on the flight. So it opens and closes very easily, where it has a little slot here. I put a pen in, but if you work on an iPad or a tablet and you want to put your stylus here, it's a great place for that. That's how I use it on a flight. You could keep it by your nightstand just to put stuff in it there. Like I use it also on my nightstand just to put my earpods on. I use the wireless charger here and then just put stuff on the top. It can work as a little valet on top of your nightstand just to keep stuff in there. So if you want to put your earpods in there, you could also use this at a coffee shop too. Like it's kind of a cool little device to bring with you. So if you just had like a small laptop bag and you brought this and you keep your desk when you're working at a coffee shop, you like make it like a desk at home. It's a cool way to organize that as well. You could keep your wallet in there, your money, your keys, all that kind of stuff. And while I'm speaking about keys, I actually bought this other little bit from them. Cool. This is their ORBITKEY. This is kind of what they became famous for. Now they make all this other stuff. This is really cool. It comes in a bunch of different materials, a bunch of different colors, but this is like an expandable key thing. And they make all these other little devices that you can buy and insert. So it's expandable. This little screw comes undone here. You can put your keys on there. They fold in and out. My key for my motorcycle is quite big, so I didn't really put that in there, but I dangled it and bought one of these things. But you can use this on its own, and you can buy these other little attachments here. And this is cool here. I just didn't want to do a whole separate review on it, but this is kind of cool. You can buy these little attachments that go in. It's like a Swiss Army knife for your life. So I've got a bottle opener here, a little tool on the top here, and then I've got this other little thing here, which is kind of dope. It's like this little SIM card removal pin, and then you could stick your SIM card there if you're going to different countries. So you just make sure that you don't lose your SIM card. You take your old one, you stick it in here, and this little rubber piece here. What I would love to see in the next edition, which I think would be really, really cool, that would make this like the ultimate thing to take with you. If they could make this a power bank built in, I don't expect a ton of power out of it because you don't want it too heavy, but if you could get like one charge out of it and wireless charging, that would be awesome. And I mean, I'm asking for a lot here, but if you could also make this a speaker, this would be like the ultimate little thing to take with you. So if this was like organizer, just the way it is right now, don't change the size, make a power bank built in so it doesn't have to be plugged in, and add a speaker to it. Wow, maybe they can collaborate with Bose or something like that and make a awesome organizer / speaker. That would be really cool. It's overall, absolutely love this thing. It's one of those things that like, yeah, you don't need, but once you have it, it's like, oh, it's really cool. I really dig this. I didn't really know I needed it. You don't necessarily need it, but it is nice to have. It is nice to make your desk and your life organized. I really dig it. Again, not a tech organizer overall, but it's sort of like a portable desk organizer. That's the way I would group it. Very cool product by ORBITKEY. They make a lot of really other cool products. Again, really like their ORBITKEY, like the key. That's really cool. They make a bunch of cool stuff. Check them out. No affiliation with me. I don't get anything on this. I just bought the product, liked the product, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and have a great day.